Hello everyone, how are you doing? It's Friday night in Japan, and today I'd like to talk about what happened yesterday. First, some people might have watched a little bit of my video that I uploaded yesterday, but yeah, I deleted the video yesterday after I uploading it, and that's because I realized that I made a really big mistake in the video. So yeah, I after uploading it, I realized that mistake, and I was like, I deleted the video right away because it was so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed that I made such a um, it's a big mistake, but it's very simple mistake. So I was so embarrassed. That's why I deleted the last video. So I'm sorry for deleting it yesterday. But I'm going to talk about today about I'm talking yet today about the topic that I was going to say yesterday. And first of all, uh, yeah, I'm going to tell you about a mistake that I made yesterday. And look at this paper. This is what I used yesterday, but um, the first one is uh, sim- sympathetic. Sympathetic. It means kyokan in Japanese, and in the second word is empathetic, and I wrote it means dojo in Japanese, but uh, like this translation was my mistake yesterday for yesterday, and empathetic does not mean dojo. Empathetic means kyokan, no, kyocho in Japanese. Do you know kyocho? Um, it's but yes. So this is not dojo. Empathetic means kyocho, and I realized this mistake yesterday. But actually, I was remember like I was memorizing. Like I realized that I didn't understand the difference among like kyokan, dojo, kyocho, like sympathetic, empathetic, and empathetic. So I'm so glad that I made a mistake yesterday, and I could realize that I was mixing up these three words. So yeah, that was a good mistake for me. And the correct one is this. And the first one is sympathize, and this means dojo. And the second one is empathize. This means kyokan. I hope this is correct. So yes, yesterday I was trying to explain the difference between these two words, and before the explanation of the difference, I'm going to tell you about like one English um, learning class that I'm taking. right now. Some people might know, but I'm taking uh, English, like online English course, like online. I'm joining online platform, um, which is a which is called Bizmates, and yeah, non-Japanese people, yeah, probably have never heard Bizmates before, but if you are Japanese, you would probably ever heard Bizmates at least once. Bizmates is one of the biggest English learning, like it. Bizmates is one of the biggest online platform which that offering English classes for Japanese. So Bizmates is a platform for Japanese. So I'm taking online courses since this July, and and the one of the characteristics of Bizmates is that this is is mainly focusing on business language, like business in like it's focusing on English that is for business. So I'm learning English like that I can use in business. So it's more professional and specific. Um, yeah, but so it's I'm not learning about daily conversation, or like I'm not taking like school classes. I'm learning a more professional language in that class. And yes, and yeah, these two phrases were um, came from that class, from one of that class that I took a few days ago. And yeah, I was asked one question by my teacher, and that question was, do you have the tendency to sympathize or empathize? And yeah, I'm going to ask you, do you have the tendency to sympathize or empathize? Can you answer quickly? Like, do you understand exactly like the difference between these two phrases, two words? Yeah, I was asked. I couldn't understand. Like, I couldn't, like, at that moment, in, like, in my knowledge, like, empathize and sympathize were meaning the same thing for me. So, I was like, why is she asking, like, why is she using such a similar words? It's same. Yeah, so yeah, both mean like we would try to understand someone's issues or problems. So yeah, it was tricky. Like this question was really tricky, and I googled the the difference soon after I was asked, and yeah, at that moment I could um, understand the difference almost like around 60%. I couldn't fully understand the difference of these words at that moment, but now I'm fully understanding the difference of these two phrases. So I'm going to explain the difference a little bit. And first of all, the first one, sympathize, to be sympath to be sympath to sim to sympathize. Sympathize is adjective, right? So yeah, to be sympathize means, as I said, is to try to understand someone's problems and issues, and you just listen to them. And yeah, but the difference from empathize is that you is in the process of understanding, and when you sympathize, sympathize is verb or adjective. Empathize, I emphasized, sympathized, I think it's verb. So yeah, when you sympathize, you skipped one important process to understand others, and that is to imagine someone's situation that was harsh and tough for that friend, that people. So you just listen to that person's talking, but you just listen to them, and you just switch the viewpoint from that person to your own self, yourself. So so when you would just sympathize, you would think that that person was very poor, or like you might think that you were lucky that you didn't experience the same thing that the person has experienced. So you would think that that person had a bad day. So yeah, those are what you would think when you would sympathize. On the other hand, empathize means empathize means yeah, it's to try to understand your friends' problems, issues, troubles, but in that process of this understanding, you would try to imagine how that person felt about that situation, like how harsh for them to experience that situation, and how hard for them to overcome it. So you would try to put yourself in that person's shoes. So the difference is, if you try to imagine that trouble from that person's viewpoint or not. So when you would sympathize, you would think of things from your own viewpoint. It's not from the other's viewpoint. So now that I can fully understand the difference between these two words, and did I explain clearly, and did you understand the difference? I don't think so, but yeah. So back to the question, do you have the tendency to sympathize or empathize? And yeah, I think that I should empathize, not sympathize. And I think empathetic person is better than sympathetic person. So yeah, what I have to be is a empathetic person. And did you understand today's class, dojo and kyokan? And lastly, I'd like to introduce one interesting phrase from like using this word dojo in Japanese, dojo. I think this is very famous Japanese TV drama, so some of you have ever heard this name, but do you know Ienakiko, which is Japanese old TV program, and not TV program, it's a TV drama, and it was broadcasted in 90s, so it was before I was born, and so Ienakiko is very old. So in that drama, one little girl who is a main character says one famous phrase, 同情するなら金をくれ. Have you ever heard this phrase, 同情するなら金をくれ? And this means if you would just sympathize about me, please give me some money. This is 同情するなら金をくれ. Yeah, and I was lacking in the explanation in explaining the story, but the Ienakiko, like in Ienakiko, one little girl is a main character, and she is homeless, and she has no her family, so she is very poor girl. So that's why she says 同情するなら金をくれ to someone who just sympathize about her, of her. So yeah, if that person who was told by this little girl that 同情するなら金をくれ or more empathetic person, he wouldn't be told 同情するなら金をくれ by that girl. If he was empathized, if he empathized, if he would if he empathize, he would try to help her and give something to her and offer something for her, I think. So yeah, he wouldn't be told 同情するなら金をくれ if he were sympathetic person. 同情するなら金をくれ Yeah, I think every Japanese know this phrase 同情するなら金をくれ And yeah, that's it for today. And thank you for listening. Have a good day. Bye.